so far for everybody that doesn't know. I think I've already said it before in announcements, but basically, Tristan was formerly part of Centaur. He had a claim that was in their mountainous territory called Vukmir. It was named Fort Chippewa. It is named Fort Chippewa still. He, as far as I'm aware, according to Centaurans and everybody else, is that he would kill people's pets. He would kill a lot of the animals throughout Centaura needlessly, like goats and things like that were in the mountains. And of course, he's raided a lot of people beyond just raiding people very, very often, even after the Centauran people asked him to stop. What he would do is he would go into a country and pretend to be another nation. So he would go into a country, for example, and say "Glory to Amar," even though Amar wasn't involved at all. So obviously, a couple months ago, when in Altera tensions were a lot higher than they are now between all of the nations, that was a big problem because immediately you get a DM saying, why'd you send this guy? Why is he here? And you'd be like, I don't know that guy. So that was a big problem. Basically, as I understand it, it's still not clear to me. I believe he left Centaura. I do not believe Centaura actually kicked him out. I think he left himself. Is that correct? Ingo?
Ingo's not up here.
Oh, invite him up here. I just want to clarify that.
I can't do that, Chief.
Anyway.
He said he'd do my thing.
Anyway, so he's out of Centaur. Then he joins Vinaria immediately. So that was a problem because that obviously prevented Centaur from handling what is a rebel claim themselves. After that, basically we talked with Vinaria often, got that situation resolved. Then he immediately joins the PSNF, talked that out, solved that situation, and now he's a part of Paradise, which is a country that's not even part of Altera. So basically, the argument comes down to the two sides, which is one side says that Tristan is this kind of oppressed group. He's the little guy. He's being stepped on by Centaura, that he has genuine reasons for all of his actions, and that essentially this new group, which is Dreezy and Paradise, is coming in to defend him, to protect him from Centaura. The overarching problem of this situation is that these people have history with each other before. These people have known each other for a very long time, Centaura and Paradise, both sides of this, and Tristan's kind of getting caught in the middle. But essentially, it is theorized by many people here that this is not having anything to do with Tristan, and that this is just an opportunity to cause a conflict to happen. As much as I want to say that I would hope a peaceful solution could come out of this, I think I'm not expecting that to happen, in all honesty. If a war does happen, I would definitely encourage both sides to remain civil and try to have a conflict that doesn't get as toxic as we know wars on Stoneworks to be. But other than that, I'm not sure where the best place to start would be. If Dreezy wants to talk, if Centaura, I believe Centaura doesn't really feel the need to speak on this, or if anybody actually wants to voice what they've experienced with Tristan. This would be the time to kind of let Tristan and Dreezy know what Tristan has done to you. So, does anybody want to speak on that?
I feel like there has been enough said. He is obviously shot down, well, not shut down, but killed loads of people on this continent for no good fucking reason. He's been eating our dogs, pun intended. He's been killing our dogs and our animals. And personally, I think he's just a war criminal, and we shouldn't be entertaining a war criminal in anything else but surrender.
Right. I mean, this is the thing: is the narrative of him being a victim is very much something that is very taboo in all of Altera, because obviously we all know that to not be the case. He has victimized everybody else. And what started all of this is Centaura simply wanted to put him on trial. This is what you do in a civilized nation. Somebody does something bad, you say, don't do that. They keep doing it. Then you try to prosecute them. That is the moment in which he left. So it's kind of a recognition of the fact that he committed a crime and he refused to face the music. Now, whether or not you believe that those crimes are justified, Dreezy just told me that keep inventory is being turned on, so be careful, everybody. Whether or not you think that the crimes that he committed in Centaura, according to their law, or perhaps maybe he wasn't actually guilty of those things, whatever you think about that, I think we can all agree that that should have been up to Centaura to solve. You know, people shouldn't have gotten involved in that. He shouldn't have gone, left the country, joined a bunch of other countries. It should have been up to and given to Centaur to solve that. He's their citizen. It was their town. He should be able to solve that. Ingo says they do have evidence. So basically, I mean, this is the point when, you know, if Dreezy, or if we want to let Tristan speak, Tristan is here. He wants to speak. I'm obviously going to defer that to all of you, whether or not you want to let him speak. Whether or not that even solve anything at this point.
Oops, sorry.
What do you think, everybody? Should we let him speak or not?
I think let the war criminal speak.
Let him hear out. Let's hear him out.
All right.
The war criminal.
Guys, he killed dogs.
He killed
Listen,
dogs.
But
All right. Well, there's
even,
no strong
even
opposition,
with
so I
his-
am.
Oh yeah, the
Even
server
with-
is back up for anybody, by the way. Which is
I
Even-
am going to let him speak.
You know.
even with his
Alright.
reputation, he has the right to speak for himself.
Well, and I don't think he's ever done that in earnest, ever had the chance to defend himself, which is why I invited him. He almost ruined that for himself by just constantly raiding everybody, and also raiding the building that the conference was going to be held in, so it stalled its construction.
Yeah, and as you said, in any civilized nation, we give people rights. We can subtract it, even though he is a war criminal.
I invited him up to speak. Yeah, that's up to him if he's going to come up or not. If Tristan isn't going to speak, Dreezy, do you want to speak? That was kind of the point of inviting you.
Yeah, I can say something, but
All
I
right.
mean, I'm not surrendering. We're not gonna surrender. I mean, what's the point when I know Centaurus literally already declared war? So, like, what am I supposed to do about it?
You could just drop the claim.
Right.
Why would I drop the claim?
Because why did you pick up the claim in the first place?
To protect Tristan.
Why does he need protecting?
Because Centaur was gonna kill him. Exactly what I said.
And he was
That's
a
up to
criminal
them.
and a secessionist, a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to Centaurus to do so.
So let me get this right.
I
You wanted
didn't do
to
anything
protect-
about it. Ingo, bro, shut the fuck up.
I didn't even say anything yet.
No, I'm not you. I'm talking to Ingo.
Huh.
But
So-
what were you saying?
So like, when you picked up the claim, did you understand the full scope of his actions?
Yeah, I knew everything that was happening.
And what
You
is your
still
response?
decided-
What's your
My
response to the
response-
accusation that it has nothing to do with Tristan?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your response to the accusation that this is something personal against Centaura and has nothing to do with Tristan?
I mean, I've said it before. I don't like Centaur, but it's nothing against him. I'm just here to help Tristan.
And did you have a relationship with Tristan beforehand?
I talked to him during when he was in the what's it called? The PNSF.
Right.
I talked to him before then. And yeah, and I wanted to help him. I have nothing against. I just don't like. Yeah, I don't like Centaur, but it's not old beef or anything. I'm literally just here to protect Tristan. That's it.
Okay, but can I ask, are you going to give him a fair trial for what he's done to everybody in Alteria?
A fair trial.
Yes.
Like you put him on. That's if you guys put him on trial. I'm not gonna.
Okay, and
Then
you
why did you
recognize
step
the
in?
fact that Centaur was going to put him on trial, and then you jumped in the middle.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
recognize that fact.
So you realize how ridiculous the situation is.
Not really.
All of the subcontinent is against Tristan.
Yeah,
Why does he deserve to be protected against the wishes of everybody else that he's hurt?
because he's literally just a rebel claim who doesn't want to be in a nation anymore. And then you're all villainizing him for the stuff that he did, which is what, kill a pet in Centaur. Like, bro, it's just
Bro,
a
he
fucking
killed
dog.
thousands of
I
people
think that's
over and over again.
needlessly
Yeah.
Just a
undermining
dog.
what he's done.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be just if he did get killed by Centaur because of his actions?
I mean,
He's
this
been
isn't
brewing
2B2T. You don't get to
tensions.
just do whatever you want without consequences.
Yeah, obviously.
He's been
There's every
brewing
consequence, but-
tensions for months in the subcontinent by literally harassing everybody, even myself. So yes, he has something to answer to
Okay.
everybody here.
And if you want that answered, then you either gotta fight him by warring, or because we're not surrendering, and I won't give Tristan up to you guys so you can put him on trial.
So I guess we're not talking in civilized territory. I guess.
Okay,
Am
so
I allowed to say something? Am I allowed to say something?
Sure.
Everyone's allowed to say something.
I'm gonna say this right now with like the most respectful way possible. Was anybody really surprised by this outcome, to be honest? It's just a question for y'all.
No.
Is anybody surprised by this
really.
outcome that
No.
they would
Not
not
really.
surrender at all?
No, personally I'm not, but I
mean,
was
I don't-
hoping to have a better outcome.
Why would I surrender when Centaur is already full on like ready to war me?
Because that's the
Yeah.
whole
They're
point of
not ready to
surrender.
war you, they're ready to war Tristan. That's like
War
putting yourself on
me.
the train tracks and saying, "Oh my god, the train's coming."
No,
But,
they're warring.
he is a
me.
part of paradise.
Tristan is a part of paradise, and I am paradise.
So
Okay,
Drizzy,
that's
But you
But you made
self-inflicted.
a lot of
Yeah.
paradise.
Drizzy, can I have a question for you?
You cannot take in a Centauran rebel claim and then be upset that Centaura has beef with you.
I'm not saying I'm upset. I'm just saying I wasn't allowed to surrender when they're literally gonna do it anyways.
So,
They were not going to war
Can I
you
have a
anyways.
question?
You took in
Yeah.
their rebel claim.
They were going to war
Already gonna-
Tristan.
Do you have any
Yeah.
evidence to support that Centaura was going to war you
Tristan.
independent of your involvement with Tristan?
Tristan is under paradise, which means he's technically my responsibility. So yeah, I knew they were gonna war me.
Okay.
So, Drizzy, I have a question for you. So the only motive you had to protect him is you talked to him once or twice.
I've talked to him. He seems chill. I'm not gonna just throw him away.
Yeah, but like,
But you will throw out everything he's done in place of he's chill.
You'll throw out everybody else in the entire subcontinent, but this one guy.
Literally all of the dozens of other people here. You just throw them away for him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything to lose.
We do. That's kind of the point.
I know.
Which is a bit disappointing that you don't seem to care about that.
Wild, you're finally here.
I do have a question. What do we lose if the rebel claim goes away forever? Just out of curiosity.
Nothing.
So what do you mean we lose? I'm confused.
we lose war sets, we lose
War's
our
not
thing.
cheap.
Buzzy, can you drag John back up here?
War's not cheap and things spill over. Things spill over
Yeah.
needlessly into
Money.
I
everything
accidentally
else.
left stage like an idiot.
That's the concern, is that wars don't always stop at one battle in one town. There's nothing to say that if they don't win a defensive war, they might launch on the offensive.
That is true. But would they win? to be honest.
I don't believe so. We can't ignore Tristan. That's not an option.
Not
Potential.
anymore. He's targeting every claim at this point.
Which I will say that perhaps we did give him too much attention over time, and that's kind of why things got that way. But
True.
that's too little, too late. That's
Yeah,
pointless.
it's too late now. It's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, that's pointless to comment on beyond that point.
Also, he's pretty much a coward, though. It's kind of funny. But yeah.
Ingo says he just wants Tristan's claims that he can stop doing geopol, basically. I will say, I'm not even going to say that. There's no point at this point. I think everybody's made their voice on this clear. So unless anybody has anything else to say, I think we've said what needed to be said. And again, if war in this instance is inevitable, which I think it seemingly is inevitable from what we've seen, again, I would just encourage both sides to try to keep it as civil as possible, to not let Stoneworks beef cross over into real life, as it often does on Stoneworks. There's literally no point in doing that. Let the war happen if it happens, accept the result, and move on. That's the best that we can do in this situation.
Maybe we get the opinions of the two other nations that just joined, Karkaros and Lataris.
What do
It
you
doesn't really involve us as much.
Yeah.
It's going to be Santara, so it's their matter.
Yeah, I haven't really heard what's just happened. I just got here.
Oh, do you want
Yeah,
a summary?
so we're talking about Tristan.
Yeah, we talked about Tristan, and we had Dreezy speak, and basically we came to the conclusion that
War is inevitable.
War is inevitable, yeah. Coder, you have questions?
I do have some questions. So I'm pretty bad at the politics that comes with all of this. I'm just
Okay.
curious, what exactly is going on between the two? What happened, and what's the relationship between Tristan and Breezy? And are there any other relationships that are positive between
So
Tristan
to
and
give
anyone else?
a very, very fast recap. So Centaura is one of the countries part of the conference here.
Mhm.
Tristan had a claim. It was called Fort Chippewa, and it used to be a Centauran claim. Basically, he committed a bunch of crimes within Centaura. This is not really disputable. There's evidence of this. And he withdrew his claim from Centaura before he could go on trial for those crimes. He immediately joined the Dominion of Vinaria, which is another nation here in Altera. After long discussions trying to resolve that situation, he was released from them. He immediately joined the PSNF pretty much right away after that. And after that situation was resolved, actually the PSNF basically collapsed and reformed itself. They're now the Glacial Union of Zephyr.
Correct.
And then after he left them, then Paradise and Dreezy come in, and they knew Tristan because they were actually going to be in the defensive war between Centaura and the PSNF, which was going to happen because of Tristan. Kind of convoluted, kind of confusing, but basically, he's just been kind of passed from nation to nation to nation, and that is his doing as an attempt to be protected from Centaura. He tries to find. I mean, he's asked, Lataris, for example, to join them. He's asked other countries, whether or not he could join them. So that's a thing that happened. But basically, he's part of Paradise now, and the situation is Centaura wants to war that claim. They want that claim back. They're tired of having this happen, and Paradise, who are the people protecting him, as well as a couple other countries, I think, don't want to give him up. So it seems like a war is going to happen no matter what we say here today.
Okay. Would he be considered a fugitive from Centaura?
He's currently a fugitive.
A rebel.
He's a rebel. He's a rebel.
A rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
he's not
do
running
think
from their
he
judgment.
lives. I do think he still lives in Vinaria. Like he lives in one of their towns. I don't really,
Okay.
I don't know that anybody cares about that. I don't think Centaur cares about that. They just didn't want him to be part of Vinaria, like his claim. So I don't really think. I mean, asking him to be kicked out of a town, that doesn't really do anything.
Okay. I'm asking because it seems like he was part of Centaura. He committed some war crimes and is now trying to hide from those crimes. That would make him a fugitive.
I would certainly agree that he's trying to avoid
Persecution.
Persecution for those things. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Sounds good. Thank you. That's all I had.
Okay.
Okay. I have some questions. I gotta say.
Okay.
What? Okay. So, he killed some dogs, right? Now, this is more of a civil, in my opinion. This is more of a civil crime and not a war crime, because that is killing a dog. You could always get another one. I see the frustration in getting your dog killed because, well, you got
That's
worked.
not really the only thing he's done.
He's done a shit ton of stuff. We need to stop like
he raided
downplaying
almost
what he
every
did.
nation in this
If-
continent.
Right.
You killed
If,
so many 4 times.
I have
if I-
seen
if
him
I-
raid firsthand.
people.
I've seen him raid firsthand. I see him run raids
Hmm.
firsthand. The dog thing's a lot more civil. The raiding thing is just
Also,
him being a raider.
Yeah,
It can be
but
really annoying.
Sorry, but actually there is something that can be called a war crime, is raiding people and saying long live Veneria, for example, what he
Right.
did with me. That's brewing tension and impersonating an agent of a country. So this is a war crime.
I would definitely say that's the biggest bone to pick. And I think the reason why Centaur brings up the fact that he, DM'd somebody in their community that was a furry and was like making comments about that, or the fact that he, killed some dogs. That's not necessarily the most grievous crime, like lock him up and throw away the key. It's more so just to show off his character. Like, why are you defending somebody like this? This is obviously somebody that you shouldn't be defending.
It's sort of not a single crime, but a combination of every single crime he's done.
I mean,
in
it's
like a very
telling
short
that
period of time.
everybody here from all of these nations is in absolute consensus on what they feel about him. If it was one nation, if it was just Centaur, if it was just Centaura that was like, yeah, we hate that guy, and everybody else was like, I don't know, I kind of like him. That's kind of strange that you hate him so much. This would be a different situation. But everybody here has negative experiences with him. Everybody. I mean, that's telling in and of itself. I think at this point we're beating the dead horse into dust. Again, try to have a civil war if it happens, and not like a civil war, like a polite war, not a civil war. But try to have a polite war. Leave it in Minecraft. Don't let it bleed out into other parts of your life. And again, like Ingo has said before, focus on your mental health. Wars on Stoneworks can be fun, but they can also be very stressful. So make sure that you're not letting Minecraft make your life worse. If you feel like you need to just step away, please do so. It's just a game. It's not that important. Okay.
Sounds good.
I think that is all that can be said on that topic. I actually didn't have that much else to talk about today. I do have some other things to talk about, but that was obviously the elephant in the room. We just wanted to get that out of the way pretty quick.
Oh yeah, how's the World's Fair coming along?
I'll let Theodore speak on that.
Here's the thing, and one of the people in the VC can take full credit for why I'm so disinterested in this kind of thing now. Stoneworks and its community has become so god awful, especially lately, that I'm just not interested in it right now. I just don't. The World's Fair is my love letter to the community, and the community sucks. So, not you specifically, you guys. Alterra is actually doing very good right now as far as peacefulness goes, aside from some outside influence. So I just tired of RP events. I'm tired of doing things for people that are just gonna find ways to make my life more difficult afterwards. So I'm just not gonna. I hope that the World's Fair will happen eventually, but right now I'm taking a big long break to find my own passion for Stoneworks again.
Right. That kind of goes into one of the topics that I wanted to talk about is There are basically the kind of stuff we do as a community here is limited to the balls channel and the counting channel. I did want to bring up and float the idea of doing more communal events. Maybe having game nights, having stuff like that, events that we can play in game, whether it's lore events or just gatherings in game like this. That's something that I want to pursue in the future. Maybe we can make some kind of commission for that under the development council. Somebody that puts together those kinds of events, like a lore team or an event
Like a
team or
lore
something.
guild.
Yeah, something like that. Because I think we all like each other, and I think that we've been having fun having this opportunity to get to know people from neighboring countries a little bit better. So I just want to continue that transfer of culture and transfer of all
Can I
that.
suggest
And
something?
yeah,
Maybe a building guild. I've been in so much trouble finding good builders, like all over the server, because all the old building guilds have given up because of the Rafnir shit. Losing all your builds. Yeah, so they all gave up, and I'm trying to find some good builders. Sucks.
I will say Amar is open to do some commissions here and there. If you're interested, feel free to reach out.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Tristan just joined the stage.
If he would like to speak, he can.
Get out.
That was not Tristan.
I
don't
was
think
in
that
for a
was.
second.
I don't think that was him.
Who was that?
Hello? Is this thing on?
Hello?
Yeah.
Bonjour. Hello. My name's Chief Tristan. And everyone seems to have something to say about me. Well, I hope my fellow Americans had a good Thanksgiving, so...
You too.
Thanks, Snake.
Thank you.
Good sentiment. Well, and that's something that I will give you credit for, Tristan, is that you don't, like we just talked about, you don't let... You know where the line is between Minecraft and real life, and I appreciate that.
Do you have anything else to say?
Tristan, you have anything else to say, or is that it? All right, I believe.
I guess that's it.
Okay.
Can I speak? Actually, ask a question about what you were just saying?
Sure.
You were talking about how getting to know these new nations. I actually have no idea where any of you guys are from. Where are you guys from, nation-wise?
You can check
Which nation are you from? You're from Zephyr?
Technically, yes.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
Well, me and Terrador are from Amar. There's a couple of people here from Laetaris. Leon's from Laetaris.
I think I know most of this. Pengu's from Gura, Leon's from Laetaris. Trilobite, I think, is PSNF. Snake is PSNF. Wildbird is Kakaros. Moriarty is Gura. Wotrosky is Gura. Drizzy is from an outside nation. Chief Tristan is obviously Chief Tristan, and Jom is from Rosacora. No, not Rosacora. Rosal.
I'm from Rosal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And so Dreezy is part of Triskin's nation, civilization?
Well, Tristan's part of Dreezy's nation, yeah.
Other way around.
Dreezy is an outside force supporting the rebellion, is what that is.
Is he part of Is he part of a registered nation though?
I think he's
not part of a registered nation in the Alteran conference, but like
not
in Alteran.
Not from here. He's not. No, not from here.
Okay.
I don't know. Without having the Dyn map, it's hard to tell. But
where exactly is Amar?
You can look in. There's a
we
channel
cut
in
the
here.
subcontinent in half. Amar does.
There's a channel in the Discord called Maps.
Okay, I thought somebody told me that was down.
Alt maps. No, here.
Yeah, Dynamap is down, but we have Altarian maps, like maps made by the people.
Excellent. Thank you.
Which are being worked on slowly.
Shut it off.
Does anybody else have anything to say on? I just wanted to kind of float the idea of that we should do more as a community, because it's kind of just been a little bit of negativity lately, so it would be good to have a distraction, especially with it being the holiday season as well. We can figure out the details of that.
I think we could do like a beer festival, possibly.
I won the fishing event. I'm so happy.
Zephyr
Yeah,
is
something like that. Yeah.
a state-sanctioned dinner for the leaders after this meeting if you'd like to attend.
I'm coming.
I will remind people that in 20 minutes, keep inventories being turned off. So
Yeah, I think we should all take a break from that.
Yeah.
Would somebody give me a notice when it's 10 minutes till or 5 minutes till, so that we can have everybody leave game before then? If you want to, I'm going to.
I mean, is like the thing sealed or?
That's up to Snake to comment on.
Excuse me, what was that?
Is
What
like
was-
the conference hall like secure or?
Well, where there's a will, there's a way. I wouldn't say it's impenetrable.
No, it is. If they come by foot, yes, it is. They can come into the areas, but if they teleport, they are not able to come. It's a locked down area.
We're exposed to the ocean right now. There's like a bay up ahead.
Are we talking about Zephyr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like over there.
Oh, you mean the gate?
Wall around there.
Oh, by the way, can I ask, what is the name of Dreezy's nation?
That's what I was
I
asking.
believe
a second ago.
Paradise now. It was Imperial Bardonia.
Sorry.
Now it's Paradise.
I've seen a couple of people put it on a map as the Wheelist Nations, which is probably more indicative of what it actually is. But right now, officially, it's not.
Oh, I thought the Wheelists were chill.
Right, yeah.
All right, stop whipping Terrador into a frenzy.
Sorry. What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. TLDR will do some fun events in the future. And find ways to. I like how the Discord's developing with all of the different channels and stuff.
Oh yeah, trade.
I think the next thing to do would be to have a lore section or something where people can make characters and roleplay and stuff like that. Probably.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, make up like a sort of like an Alarian world to roleplay in.
Yeah,
be nice.
All right, moving on from that. So let me look at my list here. Here, hold on, give me a second. Moriarty had something that he messaged me. What was that? Sorry.
Should I make alcohol for the event?
Yes, indeed.
Well, I think alcohol is useful for many things, so you could make it anyway. I just wanted to say, Moriarty, or I kind of wanted to ask, where are you with Anovium and Bird? Are you guys okay now? Are you better than you were?
Very, very good question. For Anovium, everything's okay as far as I know. For Bird, the problem is that I don't talk directly to Bird, but I have to deal with a lot of people saying things about me and things that Bird said about me, and I have to answer to that, saying, for example, Firemaster, you have to check
He's not even. He was Volanchar for like months. He just became Cockroach.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. But the only problem with that is that I have to face sometimes, and I won't say that it was easy after the summit to
Gave you
like
your
speak
space.
to
I
Quick
haven't really
Start.
talked to you on purpose.
And also, I would like to say that for you, Bird, it's not that it is. I won't say I'm all okay, but at least I'm ignoring, and that's the best, I think.
Okay, I don't realize anything, but okay. But when it comes to me, we didn't really. We kind of just gave it space, and we officially left Communion. That's really it.
Yeah. Well, I
To
knew
be
that
honest,
was.
Yes, and to be honest, that was certainly the best decision because, as for Bird, maybe it was kind of a pain to participate in Kaminia, but for me, it was really a pain to having to move something that didn't want to move. And with an ovium, things are actually moving.
Yeah.
Like, in a sense that is going
Okay,
in the
it didn't
sense of
sound matter.
uniting.
Continue. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, other than that, we're fine now. There's not really any issue now. I don't think.
All right. No, that was just a really big situation with that was a big situation as far as what happened at the Rosacora Summit, so I wanted to see where we were with that. So the reason I brought that up is because Moriarty asked me. He has a proposal for the conference and economic forum. That would reunite the ministers in economic responsibility from all Alteran countries. Instead of reading this, I'll let you propose it, Moriarty, if you want.
The idea would be to create a forum. I know that we have the development council, but that's more for organizing initiatives and all that.
Yeah.
What could be interesting is to make a forum for all economic like ministers or responsible like enterprises or anyone that would like to share data about their nation, about their company or anything. I think that in a scientific initiative and for many planners, economic planners across the continent, that would be like informative and it would be a good sign of sharing like and even giving advices, giving points. The point is not to incentivize economic competition but cooperation between countries and sharing data in a scientific prospect.
All right, I think that would be useful. We can definitely look into that in the future.
Always
Does
well
anybody
spoken, Moriarty.
Does anybody have anything to
Yes, I have
comment
something
on?
to say.
Okay.
Firstly, thank you to the nation leaders for hosting the Alteran conference. This is very good that we have a dialogue going on. Before that didn't happen. But I hope all of you know that it's a cold Minecraft world out there, so raids do happen, and it's a way to get things moving. So it's good that we're speaking about it now.
All right. Does anybody have anything to say to that?
To add on to that, can we give a big thank you to Screen Zombies and Sleepy for protecting us during this meeting?
Oh yeah, just wonder if we have soundboards here. Oh.
I couldn't imagine that soundboards are on. I think that would be a little bit inappropriate for a meeting.
I would agree.
No, I was going to use the clapping thing.
Okay. Anyway, moving on from that, the only other thing I have is that Ingo told me that we have meetings too often. So how are we feeling about having this every 2 weeks as opposed to maybe a different system, like maybe once a month instead?
We could
Does
do a
anybody
vote,
else
like
feel
a
like this
general
is too
vote.
often?
I think once a month is a little too long when it comes to matters that are like on hand.
Mm-hmm.
To be
We
honest,
could do.
Maybe we could do tri-weekly instead of bi-weekly.
Yeah. And but then if there's a big problem, we could host one within a week.
Yeah, we can just host an emergency meeting.
Yeah, you're right. We can do emergency meetings. That's possible.
Okay.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I would suggest once a month with the Stability Council's powers to approve more meetings if needed.
Yeah.
I do think that the frequency is good and giving time to like talk because events happen fast, so we need time to talk and all that. And I think the frequency is good.
I
Well, we could
also
always
like
do a
the
vote.
frequency, but at the same time, again, I think the frequency of the meeting could be supplanted by having more opportunities to just meet up as a community. Because, like, we don't always have pressing issues to talk about, but we just kind of want to have an event where we all show up together. So maybe that's the solution, is to have a monthly meetings as needed as well, like emergency meetings, but then just finding other ways where we can all end up in a call together or somewhere together. And that's all she wrote for what was on my list. I did actually forget to ask people to give me things for the agenda, but at the same time, we're three meetings in. You should know to do that by now.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything ever come of the peacekeeping initiative we had mentioned at the first conference?
As far as like a treaty or a military or anything like that?
Kind of like a military organization combined from
It's been kind of a thing of contention because obviously
invisible person killing people. What's
There
going
is
on
an
here?
invisible person killing people, by the way. People.
Yep. I just watched
FYI.
Punikit die. I
it's
do not know
been a
who's here.
thing of
Does anyone know who it
Reminder:
is?
10 minutes till keep inventories off.
Yeah, hold on. I'm.
I would recommend people log off if they don't want to get killed.
Yeah, I got
Good
my
idea.
trident.
I am.
Who's the
I got my
invis
Wait.
guy?
Yeah, I'm still seeing an invis person.
He's around.
If you have armor, put
He
it
might
on.
be waiting. He might be waiting, guys. I would.
He just killed Punikit, so
Yeah.
I watched a little sword flash out.
Yeah, it's probably better just to retreat off of the grounds, everybody.
Does
Good idea.
Thank you for coming.
have a
thank you for
have a
the gold card.
username?
Evacuate.
Bow shots, bow shots, bow shots, bow shots.
Bow
I
shots?
see the bow
Okay.
shots. They're over here. He's on the dock. He's on the dock. He's on the dock.
Please don't move, man. I'm trying to spawn out.
All right.
If you're not in combat, don't combat log, but if you're not in combat, you should probably just leave the server at this time.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna try to
or go
find
home
him.
where you're safe, whatever it is.
Where is this man? He was on the dock just a
Zephyrian
second
guard
ago.
is doing what it can.
Riptide, so
It's hard to fight invisibility.
We'll get to the questions after this. I didn't forget.
He's probably in the water at this
Most
point.
likely to the skin.
Buzzy, I do have
It is
one
that's
more thing
probably who it is.
to bring up.
He probably has a trident.
Okay.
Be careful.
It's alright.
We'll just wait until this is resolved. Want to make sure everybody's safe. Again, if keep inventory is getting turned off in a little while here, 8 minutes.
Oh,
so if you do not need, if you don't need to be on the server, don't be on the server.
Can I say, how did all of us feel about Ishanor joining the summit? Because I saw the votes and they were sort of like very
I mean,
close.
they are in the continent.
They are. They own most of the continent.
And honestly, I feel like not letting them in just sets a bad precedent, right?
I agree with that. And
Well,
yeah,
this was
I
kind
think
of the
it's good.
Critting him out.
this was the discussion I had with them. So anytime a situation like this has happened, the argument has been the Alteran conference, and this is something that the Rosacoran Summit had to deal with a little bit as well. But essentially, it's kind of an interesting
Invis man,
situation.
On me and
because-
Red King.
Where are you? Where are you? I'm coming.
Right by the entrance, the gate to the city.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot of the people that voted no were Laetarus, Gura, and
well,
Bombshell.
also, I think because
well,
Karkaros voted in favor, but they already have a relationship with Ishanor because they've talked to them before. I think it's kind of a delicate balance because obviously you don't want just some random empire from across the map to show up with like one claim in the ocean and then be like, give me full membership, I want a seat on the Stability Council. That's not reasonable. So the clause that was in the charter this whole time is membership
He's
is
in the
reserved
water. He
people
took
who
off his armor.
membership is reserved for people who live here, who are from here, who have like the majority of their country here. That's always been the way that I handled it.
And
He's on the docks again.
But when you have somebody like Ishanor coming in, you obviously can't deny their presence. So I think the best thing to do is in the Lancaster Doctrine, which is the way that the Rosacor Summit operates. Okay, the purge has started, everybody, just as a
everyone
word
log
of
off.
advice. Everybody
heck
log
outta here.
off. Don't combat log. Get somewhere where your combat will run out, and then log off.
Oh,
I'm
But
logged.
oh, he's on the roof with Trident. Oh yeah, we're getting jumped. You need to get out of here, guys.
I am logged. I'm fine.
Does
if you have
anybody
not logged already, get somewhere safe and log off.
Can I get some really quick question?
Yeah.
So
Just out of curiosity.
who exactly is Buzzy? Where did he come from, and how is he the leader? What did we
Can
elect him or something?
Can I answer this question?
Go ahead. I just have no idea. I'm new.
So, Buzzy's from Amar. Buzzy is Amar's chief diplomat, foreign diplomat. He handles most of the foreign policies throughout Amar. And the thing about Buzzy is he kind of embodies Amar's attitude and mindset a little better than I do, even to where he just wants to see peace. He wants to help everybody get along, and all of those things, which is ideally what Amar would like. But there are people out there, as we've seen today, who do not give a shit and just want to cause problems. For which is why I am so jaded. But Buzzy's come in and sort of embodied that attitude that we had in Amar of let's all just chill and have fun, and help out our neighbors and keep everything peaceful. And he's taken that to a whole nother level. And him, along with I think it was Laetaris, who was asking in Amar if we were interested in a conference for a while, just sort of made one. And part of it was there was a lot of drama in the Rosacora conference. And a lot of things there that made it evident that that conference wasn't really a viable conference sort of format. And we believed that in our little community we could foster a better means of mostly keeping the peace. And I think that Buzzy has done an incredible job with that. I think that as far as as far as Altera goes, it's a lot more peaceful than it would have been if Buzzy just did what I do and just sit there and watch everybody with popcorn fighting each other. So so that's where it came from, and that's where it is. After every single one of these conferences, I have a tendency to just DM Buzzy and be like, "I'm so glad you joined Amar, because this is exactly what I need." Because I get too aggro too fast, and Buzzy has been a huge help to, I'm sure, a lot of people in keeping things nonpartisan and peaceful. So that's
I would definitely agree. He's a very good orator. I'm just wondering, so he founded this Discord and this channel, or did he just get elected because of his orating skills?
So he founded it. He founded
it. Okay.
Yeah,
And then he
like
just
project.
And to be honest, I would agree. He's done a very good job.
great
He's
oration.
quite
Yep.
motivated. Yeah, very good. On that point, I would agree.
On the
like
point of
both bots.
one second. On the point of why I'm the person in power, it is because I founded it, but also, I mean, it's a touchy subject. I like democracy, but democracy also has its drawbacks. When you have an electoral position, that can very easily be abused by people. It can be, yeah, it can be abused. It can go poorly because you might end up electing somebody that isn't very good at their job, and you end up backsliding with progress that way. I will say that in its principal form, the office of the chief secretary or the office of the vice chief secretary are not forever positions. If you really had an axe to grind with me and you thought that I was doing a terrible job and you wanted somebody new, I would be willing to hear those complaints and have that discussion and step down if I felt like I needed to. I'm not here to be a dictator, but I know that I can trust my judgment, and I know that I can make the reasonable call, which is why I, for the foreseeable future, will stay in the position that I'm in. But if anybody has a problem with something I did, something I've said, you can feel free to let me know about that. That won't offend me at all.
Absolutely. I had no issue. I was just curious on how it happened.
Yeah. A couple months ago, Altera was in a completely different state than it is now, because I would say we still have our differences, but it's very unified at the moment. There's a lot of cross community membership. You know, people are part of multiple countries. There's a lot of cooperation. That was not always the case. A couple months ago, there was a lot of tension between all the nations. There was a lot of conflict. And at that time, I originally floated the idea of the Alteran Conference. At that time, I think it was called the Eastern Conference. And the idea of it was that the Rosacor Summit, basically Rosacor is a continent that's split in half by an ocean. And we are the eastern half, and the western half is the traditional seat of the Rosacor Summit, because that's where, you know, most people are, most of the population is. Some of the more powerful nations are, other than Centaura. And the problem was that when Alterans would go to that summit, they were speaking on things that were happening between nations that didn't really have anything to do with us. It was matters that really didn't have anything to do with us. So Altera kind of has always been somewhat separated. And whilst we still recognize and kind of identify with Rosacor as a whole, and we have friends over there, and Centaura, for example, even has land over there, it felt like we needed our own thing. And also at the time, because of all the problems we were having, one summit a month was not enough. That was not enough. So I opted to create a local, more frequent meeting. And it stalled for a long time, actually. It took a very long time for it to get off the ground because I procrastinated and I just got sidetracked with life. What happened was, I'll give all the credit to Leon. He's been a great help. Leon is the one that actually came back because I originally had let him know and a couple other nation leaders about the idea. Leon is the one that actually came to me and said, "Let's do it. I'm pushing for this. I want to get this created. I feel like we need it." So he helped out tremendously with putting the Discord together, organizing this. So I'll give all the credit, and that's why he's the vice secretary. Is because I felt like he was immensely important to what we do here. If anybody even remembers the questions that they had earlier, I think it's been like 20 minutes. If you still remember the questions you had, feel free. Sorry for rambling on. Uh-oh. I think we've forgotten our questions.
Anyone?
Anybody? Did I Men in Black mind wipe you?
I think you did. I just genuinely only had questions about the actual inner workings because I don't play that much when it comes to politics, so I had really no idea what was going on. I just wanted to learn everything I can.
Somebody DM'd me. Can you speak about making a potential embassy for the Alteran Conference to host meetings? What do you... An embassy in a different country? Or like a permanent place to have meetings at? What did you mean by that? If you could elaborate on that a little bit. Mr. 2,000-pound life, are you there? If you want to speak about it actually like in the call. Is he even still here? He might have left. Oh, he did leave. Well, all right.
Who is still here in the call wise?
A lot of people.
Me. I'm still here.
Is Trilobites or Snake here?
Yep.
I am
I
here.
don't think so.
Cool.
Oh, Large wants to speak.
Guys, should we let Large speak? He looks
Yeah, might
he's
as
a little
well.
bit devious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm inviting him.
We have nothing else to talk about.
Is
What's
Purge
up,
off?
That's good.
Oh, he just turned his camera on.
Large.
I will recommend against doing that. There are.
Oh, is that not allowed?
It's not allowed.
It's allowed,
but it's Gooby literally made an announcement the other day calling people stupid for this exact thing. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying that people will use your face and your likeness against you in the future.
Gooby called me stupid?
Gooby called it most people who share their face with online people publicly in Stoneworks because they tend to use it as a geopoll tool to threaten doxing. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Just don't run for any
Just-
offices, and you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I'm just recommending you not do that. But you are a free person.
Bro is mewing.
Yeah.
Large as a Latarian. This is Latarian beauty. It's fine.
Sorry, I'm on my I'm on my
I
grandparents'
won't
house. I
lie,
can't stay
he's
for too
good.
long.
He's built different.
That one.
This is what the
Oh,
Latarian
This streak is
wants
insane.
in person, I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you.
No, we're playing Shayla. Do you want to play?
Yeah, I'll play sheriff in a minute.
What the hell?
Your proper
Only
paint
with the
gun.
wobblers.
Oh,
I'm the robber?
Atomic's joined.
No, these
Oh,
all you got. So you
Atomic's joining.
This is all like a west.
If you don't surrender, though, I can shoot you, right?
5.
5 times? Okay.
What the hell?
You're just throwing sheriff in the middle of the meeting.
Like everyone's just streaming their life now.
This is what happens when we have nothing to talk about.
Has come to.
Unless
love
anybody
this
had any
conference.
questions, yeah, we've got nothing else on the board.
I had one thing to say, but it can probably because Ishmael's not here right now. So.
Now go for it, Leon.
Leon, if I had to guess, I know what you're saying, and it will be dealt with.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what he's saying. Can I hear it?
In fact, I will personally deal with it right now.
What is it?
Wait, what are we dealing with?
Wait, what was that?
Oh, this is
Are
my
we-
weapon.
I hope we're
Why
thinking
am I
the same
looking at a
thing.
cat?
Yeah,
thinking the same
imagine
thing?
if these two aren't thinking the same thing, and Terrador's just doing something completely different.
Who?
I was talking about the island. I was just gonna sort stuff out with that, but
Oh, all right, that's different. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Terrador just did a completely random thing.
I'm in crisis aversion mode like a
Atomic,
lot.
you do know you can
recently.
just speak.
What island?
What island? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but
No, the
I don't know who it.
Who island? What about it?
It's already been addressed.
What did you say, Coder?
I was just about to say that Atomic is raising his hand to be joining, but somebody already invited him.
Yeah, I brought him up.
Oh, I have to hold. Wait, am I the robber?
When is this meeting going to be concluded, and what are we finishing with?
Whenever we want, because I don't have anything else to talk about. But I like to put in a spot at the end where anybody can bring up questions that weren't on the agenda. So.
Atomic,
Yeah.
would you like to? Atomic has the hus round right now. He has the girlfriend round. Atomic, would you like any questions? Oh.
Can I ask what is the
I think I'm
island
getting
thing
too
about?
old. That was like another language to me.
Yeah, wait, what is the island thing?
No,
Yeah,
it's
what is-
it's basically just to sort out like claims and who gets what. It's basically like the partition of Africa, but
That
I
was
think
a scramble
everybody.
for
I think that's
Africa.
mostly which island.
for the island with PSNF, us, all
Everybody
Oh,
get a
they're
claim.
except for
that
like Ishino.
Centaura's handling that. Oh, the big island. Oh.
Yeah, the big island. Like where
Um,
I'm just trying to sort out borders.
if I mean Flux is here now. Ishinor is here now, so if you want to DM him, yeah,
Maybe we
he's
can
in
get
the
Eastonor
Discord.
up here.
Oh,
Is he in the call?
Lux
Oh, I
is
thought you
here.
said he was in the call.
No,
Am
he's
I
in
the
the
only one
Discord though.
that's-
Oh, Flux isn't here. Yeah,
No, he's
Flux
in
is
the-
at like a meeting with someone.
Oh.
Yeah,
Am I the only
we're-
one that
I was gonna
noticed
say
Snake
Lux is
quietly
here.
left?
We got
Flux is
Lux,
going to
we got
be
Flux.
he's going to be given like he'll be given observer status, which means Ishinorian citizens like won't be members, like full members of the conference, but he will be given a seat on the general convention permanently, and then the Vinarian representatives will keep, or the one guy, he'll keep his seat. So he'll be able to represent himself. So that's what we'll do with that. So yeah, Leon, just maybe reach out to everybody who has land. Make like a group chat, and then just do it there.
I don't think there's enough spots in a group chat.
Oh, it just needs to be Ishinor, Leon, and then the PSNF.
Tara.
Oh,
Centaurus
that.
there
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
My bad. I forgot. I realized the situation. Never mind.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once, going twice.
I think it's
All right.
done.
All right, I think that concludes it. I knew this was going to be kind of a interesting meeting, but I think we handled it pretty well. Again, I know that it was a weird call to invite Tristan and Dreezy to speak, but again, why not? That if we shouldn't be afraid of words, even if they're from people that you disagree with. Let them say their piece, and if you don't agree with it, then you'll know where you stand.
If
And
anything,
that's
that just helped display that situation and who the bad guys are.
yeah. But again, war and drama is an inevitable part of the server. Again, it's just important to remember that if you're having Stoneworks beef with somebody, it's just Minecraft. Like, just leave it in the game. Let it stay in the game. Just move on with your real life. Don't let it interfere with that stuff.
Well spoken. Thank you for the great
Alright.
meeting.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it went pretty well, all things told. All right, everybody. Unless you
Hasta
want to
luego.
hang.
That was a fast meeting for once.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to talk about except the major thing. And that basically was
Who's gonna
boiled
be
down
in
to,
this
yeah, we're
war?
going to fight.
Yeah, who's gonna be fighting? Is it just Centaur, or is Centaur bringing in their allies? And if so, who's the allies?
I have thought that it was only Dreezy's group, but apparently there's... So who was it? Vagaria and somebody else?
Centaur will probably bring in Sorelay.
So Centaura, if you look at their relations, they have quite a few people that are contractually obligated to get involved.
Wait, so does this count as an MDP, or does you need an FMA
There's
for this?
FMAs. Like FMAs.
Okay. FMA.
So this is gonna be more than we thought. Ooh, this is gonna be fun to watch.
The game's lagging like. See who's in here.
Rosal,
Woods has been playing with the
Sierra,
chat for the entire
Valdic
thing.
Union, Valera.
Is it me, or is this like the first actual like conflict that went to war on this continent?
I think it is, actually.
Yeah.
Our continent has been so peaceful.
Even in the West, I don't think there's ever been a war.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even ever gotten close to a war.
Every war has been in every other continent. We're peaceful, dude.
Not anymore.
You like my cat?
Oh yeah, not anymore. The record now is gonna be broken.
The record was broken by
But Tristan's here again.
Hey guys, I'm having an after party at Fort Chippewa.
Guys,
Reminder that keep
remember.
inventory is turned off.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Just,
I was about to throw the
just,
murder
just
party.
don't get in the Candyman's van, okay?
The punch is to die for.
Don't get into the white man, guys.
Huh? Wait, who's at war?
What? Centaura.
I'll let somebody else explain this. I'm not doing this again.
Is Centaur just who's at war with who? That's it.
Ike, go.
Hello?
Ike,
Lock in,
go.
buddies.
Ike, I'm forcing you to explain.
Okay,
I had to explain like 20 times. Somebody else do it.
Oh, 21 it is.
Running 10.
Centaura
9.
and Dreezy.
Drizzy?
Dreezy.
Paradise.
BBL?
It's like a proxy group.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Drake for a second. I was like, whew. Good.
All right, I think I'm gonna go and get some food. You guys can jump into a voice channel and just keep talking if you want to, or stay in here.
Bye,
You don't
Mars
have to leave here.
Buzzy.
All right, see you guys later. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
I have to look for my baby's or something. I think I'm trying to see. I gotta lock in.
Or why have you been playing with your cat the entire summit?
Because it's cute.